Sweet, let's go, you guys. So we're gonna get started over in a tabletop position on our mats. Knees right underneath your hips, hands right underneath your shoulders. And we're just gonna start with a few rounds of cat and cow. Drop your belly to the floor, look up to the ceiling, take a big breath in. Tuck your chin into your chest, round your back as you breathe out. And then a couple rounds like that on your own. Your inhale drops the belly, and your exhale rounds the back. Really start to use that exhale to hug those ab muscles in. We're gonna focus on 3 different parts of our body today: our arms, our butt, and our abs. I want you to find that first bit of connection to the abs right here. Just warming up the spine, starting to turn the breath on. We've got 2 more rounds like this. And on this last one, go ahead and end in a tabletop position. Nice flat back, splitting the difference between cat and cow. We're gonna change the order up a little bit today, and we're gonna start with arms instead of with abs. So we're starting our arm work right here in our tabletop position. We're gonna take a couple rounds of sternum drops. So now we're gonna keep the belly still, the spine still. Drop your chest toward the floor. Lift your chest back up. That's it, drop it to the floor. Lift it right back up. You have a few more just like that. I'm starting to feel the outsides of the shoulders warm up, firing up that serratus anterior, feeling all those muscles that help you stay high up in that plank position. Let's go for 5, for 4, 3, 2, last one. Keep the chest lifted on this one. And then just step your feet right back into your plank. Nothing changes in the upper body. First plank here, we are on the clock for a full minute. Warming up the arms, the shoulders, all that good stuff, but also starting to fire up the abs and the glutes too. Tighten up those muscles in the back of the legs, hug your belly button towards your low back. Even breaths in and out. Notice the body start to get warm. You start to feel it in your shoulders. Then maybe you feel a little bit of heat in your face. Soon enough we'll be sweating, I hope. You have about 15 seconds left. Stay tight in that plank position. Got it, you guys, stay in it. Final 10 seconds right here, nice and strong all the way to the finish. You're here for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees to the ground. Sink your hips back for child's pose. Stay for 2 breaths in child's pose. Just deep breath in, deep breath out. One more time. Inhale, fill all the way up. Exhale, empty out. From tabletop, lift up, or from child's pose, lift up to tabletop, and then reach for your medium weights. So I'm grabbing 5 pounds. 8 is gonna be a lot, but you can get it done if you're feeling really strong today. Rise all the way up to your knees, bring your hands down by your sides. And then all we're gonna do with those medium dumbbells is start to lift the hands up in line with our shoulders for a front raise, and then slowly bring them back down. Lift the hands up in line with your shoulders, and then slowly lower the weights back down by your hips. Now, pull some pieces of that plank into this shape right here. Squeeze your glutes, pull your belly button back towards your lower back. Try to resist any urge to lean backwards or to let the body rock. And just nice and smooth. Even counts on the way up. Even counts on the way down. We're going for time. I'm not too concerned about how many reps you get in. I want you to make this movement as smooth and controlled as you can. We have about 10 seconds left. Time for 2 more really good reps. Final 5 seconds. I want you to leave the dumbbells up in line with your shoulders on this one. Ending right here. 3, 2, and pause. Start a bicep curl. Those dumbbells hug in toward the forehead. Whew, they stretch all the way back out. If you have 8s, I know you're feeling this by now. Just a little bicep curl, and then lengthen the arms back out. Go ahead and re-hug those ab muscles in. I'm sure they've started to take a little break. Pull the belly button toward the lower back, squeeze the glutes. Starting to feel some heat in the arms. You have your last 5 seconds. We're going right back to that straight arm sweep in 4, in 3, 2, lower the dumbbells all the way down. Take your time. We go right back up to shoulder height. Sweep the arms up. And sweep the arms back down. Now this is a mat Pilates class, and I'm trying my best to mimic the movements that we do on the Pilates reformer. But if you've never been on one, it's got this really nice glide to it. Sliding forward and backwards, there's a lot of control, but a lot of fluidity, and I want you to add that into your movements here today. So everything is slow and controlled, and one thing connects to the next. So smooth as you can, lift up, and as smooth as you can, lower back down. We've got our last 5 seconds. Whew, time to lift it up one more time. Keep the arms in line with your shoulders. Go right back to your bicep curl. Okay, now if your dumbbells are too heavy to keep your elbows up in line with your shoulders, I want you to just lower the arms down a touch. You're gonna reach your hands out on a diagonal instead of keeping them straight in line with your shoulders. Your biceps are gonna get just as good of a workout, I promise. Whew, all right, you guys, we are here for just a few more. Final 5 seconds. We're gonna alternate 1 straight arm lift, 1 bicep curl in 3, in 2, lower the weights all the way down. We go 1 lift up in line with the shoulders, 1 bicep curl. We'll reach the arms back out, lower them all the way down. Lift them up in line with the shoulders, 1 bicep curl. Reach them back out, slow lower back down by your hips. Reach and curl and stretch and lower. Let's do 3 more. Lift and curl and stretch and lower. And curl. Oh my gosh, my arms are tired already. You've got your last one of each. And slowly lower them all the way down. Nice work, you guys. Set those dumbbells off to the side. We're coming right back to our plank position. Hands are on the ground, feet walk back. This time it's just 45 seconds. Right, we knock 15 seconds off. You know you're strong enough for this one. Whew, you might start to feel a little shake in the arms faster on this one, right? We just worked those front of the shoulders, and now we're asking them to do something else. I want you to feel that shake. I want you to notice that the arms are tired. And then decide to stay right here. Let the arms get tired. 20 seconds. Hug the lower abs in. Squeeze the glutes together. Last 15. Hang tight. 10 seconds. You've got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees down, hips back. Child's pose. Alrighty, we're lifting right back up, grabbing those medium dumbbells again, those 5 pounds, 3 pounds, whatever it is that you've got. I want you to put both of them in one hand. So I have both dumbbells in my right hand now. I'm gonna take a bicep curl to an overhead press with only the right arm. If you have 8 pounds, that might be a little bit much to double up the weights. You can always just use one. That goes for 5s and 3s too. We're all coming to this workout with different skills, different strengths. You might be tired from your workout yesterday. Don't feel like you have to do exactly what I say. Use it as a guide. Okay, you guys, 1 bicep curl, 1 overhead press. We need 4 more. Now, notice when you reach that right arm overhead, if you're starting to dip in the upper body, I want you to keep the crown of your head pushing straight up toward the ceiling. We've got 2 more. Awesome. Last one, I want you to leave that right arm up overhead. You're going to bring the elbow down into a wide field goal shape. Push it right back up. Lower it down. Press it right back up. If those weights are getting heavy, just drop one of them. Don't stop moving. Hugging in through the abs. Pull the front of the ribs together. You're halfway. We have 5, 4, 3. Ooh, those 5 pounds sneak up on you quickly. Last 2. And last one, lower that right arm all the way back down. We finish with just the curl. 1 curl and 1 lower. 1 curl, 1 lower. Bicep curls all the way through, you guys. Last couple right here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right, switching sides. Now the left hand gets the dumbbells. Take a second, figure out how to best hold them in one hand. And then we go into that curl and press on the left side. 1 curl, 1 press. Good, 1 curl, 1 press. Especially since they're heavy, right? We've got 2 dumbbells in one hand, a little heavier than the first time. You're gonna feel some sort of rocking or shifting in the body. I want you to try your best to hug those core muscles, hug from your glutes all the way up through the top of the abs, and see if you can keep the torso still. Maybe an extra squeeze on the glutes. Starting to warm them up before we get to our glute work. I'm not gonna lie, I lost count, so we're gonna do 2 more of these. And then you're gonna keep that left arm up overhead. Give me that wide field goal shape for 10. For 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. Big ones. Final 4. Your best form yet. 4. 3. 2. 1 more all the way down, all the way up. And then lower that left arm back down. 10 bicep curls will finish out that left side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. With control, nice and smooth. 1 part connects to the next. 3 more. Good. 2 more. Last one. And drop those weights for just a second. We're coming into our final plank. It's just 30 seconds this time. Hands to the ground, feet step back. Squeeze the inner thighs together this time. Hug the sit bones together. Make your breath even more important. Big breath into the nose. Fill the ribs up. And then use that exhale to hug the abs in. Halfway, 15 seconds. Less than 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees down, hips back, child's pose. Slowly roll yourself back up. Grab those medium dumbbells one last time. And we're gonna put that bicep curl and that overhead press together. So focusing big time on those biceps. I really want you to feel those tomorrow after this workout. You're gonna reach your weights out in front of you on a little diagonal. Right? So like if this is side by side, they're coming forward maybe a foot, 6 inches. 1 bicep curl up to the shoulders, 1 overhead press. Lower the weights back down, stretch the arms back out on your diagonal. Bicep curl, overhead press, right back down to that diagonal. Now this is it. This is where we finish the arms with the dumbbells. We have one last sneaky little thing before we move on to glutes. And if they feel too light, like if pressing overhead right now isn't challenging enough, maybe you extend the arms right out in front of the shoulders. Give them a little something extra to resist against. Awesome. We have our last 30 seconds here. 1 curl, 1 press. 1 curl, 1 press. 15 seconds, nice and smooth. You have less than 10 seconds. We have time for 2 more good reps. Right, all the way out, all the way up. Your last one, all the way out, all the way up. Drop the weights down. We come back into our plank one final time. And the last kicker for our arms is gonna be some push-ups to finish. You can take them on your knees, you can take them on your toes, you can stand up and do them on the wall. I just want you to get into a position where you can keep moving. So I'm gonna take them on my knees today. My arms are a little tired from yesterday. You're gonna shift forward into your plank position. We have a full minute on the clock of push-ups, starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. Now, think back to what that reformer feels like, right? That glide in and out of the carriage, that smooth shift forward and backwards. I want you to take that ease, that gracefulness into your push-ups. Glide down, glide back up. Glide down, glide back up. And maybe you tuck the toes, lengthen the legs, try a couple on your toes. Whew, and then you can drop right back down to your knees. Keep the body moving, guys. We're already halfway through. 30 seconds left, and then your arms are finished. Got this. Coming up on these last 15 seconds. Strong. Power through. Hang tight. You got it all together. Stay with me for 5, 4, 3, 2, one last rep. And sit your hips back, child's pose. All right, you guys, we are gonna move into our glute section now. So we're moving on to butt, right? Arms, butt, arm, or arms, butt, abs. That's our order today. You're gonna grab your thing that slides, whether that's a glider or a towel. Just gonna make sure I'm still connected here. Awesome, okay. So let's take, I'm gonna try and mirror you. Your right foot's gonna stay stationary. Your left foot is gonna be on that thing that slides. Okay, and we're just gonna slide out into a squat. You're gonna take that left foot, you're gonna slide it about hips width distance, sink down into your squat. Use your inner thighs to lift up, squeeze that towel back in. Right, slide out nice and smooth into your squat. Squeeze the inner thighs, hug the glutes together, rise back up. And we're on the clock, a full minute of these slides with your left foot on the towel. If you ever take my class in the studio, you know rights and lefts are not my strong suit, and I'm trying to mirror you right now, so if I say the wrong thing, just keep that towel or that glider exactly where it is. You are good right where you are. Okay, right before you stand up, I want you to pull your sit bones together. Like a little flex, let that be the reason that you start to lift. That inner thigh on the left side should be getting a little tired. We have 10 seconds. 5, 4, the left leg is still gonna slide in 3, in 2, and stand it all the way up on 1. Now we're gonna keep that left leg straight, keep bending the right knee, slide it out, lateral lunge. Squeeze that right inner thigh, rise right back up. We've got a minute here, lateral lunge. Slide it back up. Now we are putting all of our attention into this right glute. Right, that leg that's bending, our weight is over the right leg. Flex that right glute. Use that to rise. Whew, I'm getting winded over here. Not even jumping. We're halfway. 30 seconds. Smooth glide down. Smooth return back to normal. 15 seconds. Can you sink an inch lower? Good, last one. I want you to hold this one down and stay. Pause right here. Lift all 5 of your right toes up. Rock back into that right heel. This leg on the left side is gonna slide and stay in your squat. Press right back out. Good, the head doesn't move, just that left leg slides in and out. We've got 30 seconds. I want you to pick up the pace. Yeah, where's my sweat therapy people at? I know you know this one. Stationary on that right leg. We start to feel some heat on that right side. You guys, we are halfway through, 15 seconds. Hang tight. Whew, we're gonna keep the glider underneath this left foot. We're still moving, 10 seconds. We gotta sink lower. Don't come out of it, you've got this. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it all the way up. Good, shake them out just for a second. We're gonna keep moving that left leg. Cross it in back of you, curtsy lunge. Right, stand all the way back up. Sliding just that left foot back, curtsy lunge. and then rise back up. You keep facing center. I just want to show you what it looks like. I'm crossing my right foot behind my left, bending both knees. I'm trying to keep both hips facing the front. So curtsy lunge and rise back up. So we've got a minute here. And we're still targeting that right glute. It should be yelling at you, talking loud and clear. And we listen to any signs from our knees or our ankles that we need to rest. But that feeling in your glute, that tired feeling, that's totally fine. That's what we're going for. Keep reaching for that. Whew. 10 seconds left. A couple more good ones. Awesome, you guys. This next one, we're going to slide it down. I want you to hold it right here. You've got 30 seconds, just a little pulse down to the ground. This is the last thing for that right glute. Give it all that you've got. Can you bend that back knee a little bit more? I bet you can. 15 seconds. Stay with me, you guys. 10 seconds. Finish strong. It'll feel so good when it's over. We are here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up. Shake out that left leg. Right leg. Shake out that right leg. Whew, I got pretty far before I did that. Okay. So now we're going to take the glider underneath your right foot. Your left side is staying stationary. We're going back into that squat. So the left leg is going to slide out. Both knees bend down into your squat. Squeeze sit bones, inner thighs together, rise back up. Okay, 1 minute on the clock here. Take a moment to get connected, get present, right? It's the same movement over and over. It's easy to look around your house to find something or spot something that you think you need to take care of right now, but the only thing that you need to focus on is how your leg muscles are standing you back up. It's just you and these squats, that's all you got, and me. And that stuff can wait. So it can wait when you watch TV, so it can wait when you're doing your squats. Give me one more good squat here, all the way out, all the way in. And now we're going to take it into our lateral lunge. That left leg is going to stay bent. Slide the right leg out. Squeeze that left glute, rise all the way back up. And so the difference between those two things, the last squat and this lateral lunge, is my right knee is not bending. Keep moving, I'm just going to show you from the side. The left knee bends. I reach the hips back, slide the right leg out. Squeeze that left glute to rise back up. Nice and smooth. Glide out. Glide back in. If this doesn't feel challenging, you could always reach over and grab those dumbbells. Hold on to a little extra weight if that glute didn't do its job on the first side. Can you soften your standing toes, your left toes? Are they gripping the ground? Are they turning a white color? Or can you spread them out? Push your weight into your heel instead. We're almost there. Got about 10 seconds left. 10 more good seconds of work. And then we're going to hold at the bottom. Good. Next one, slide that right leg out and then hold it down. We're going to slide the right leg in, end up in your low squat. Push that leg right back out. Slide it in. Push it out. We speed it up in 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds in and out. Got it. That left leg that's doing all the work. It doesn't move. Right? There's no wobble in the knee. It's staying so still. Halfway. Sink an inch lower. You've got this. All together right here. Finish strong. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up, shake it out. We're taking that right leg back behind us into our curtsy lunge. Cross the inner thighs, drop the back knee toward the floor. Squeeze that left glute, stand back up. Got it. So I'm not uncrossing my legs. You can take that leg all the way back to front if you wanted to. I like to keep that crossed so that when I stand up, the inner thighs get an extra little squeeze, right? They're working all the way up through the abs. You guys, we're already halfway through our glute work. All you have left after this is your abs. This is flying by. Big bend in that back knee. Make sure you're reaching that back knee to the floor. Almost there. 15 seconds left. Targeting that left glute. Let it do all the work. Whew. Hold your next one down at the bottom. Both knees have a giant bend in them. That back knee pulses down. 30 seconds. Move from that left glute. You got it. Chest up tall. Proud posture, you guys. Be proud of this work that you're doing right here. We are halfway through. If your leg isn't shaking, I need to know your leg workout. Got to do it myself. You have 10 seconds. Stay with me. All together, we've got this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up, shake it out. Alrighty. We're going to bring it all the way down onto the ground. And so I said in the comments the props that you need, that a mini band or a looped resistance band was an option. It just looks like this. It's a perfect circle, no ends separated. If you have it, you're going to place this all the way up above your thighs. If you don't have it, no worries. You're still going to feel it. And you might just want to bring your dumbbells onto your hips. I'll show you what that looks like, but I'm not going to do it. So if you don't have the resistance band, take your dumbbells, press them onto your hip bones so that when you lift and lower, you're pushing up against a little more resistance. All right. Give yourself a moment on your back. Right? Like, let the knees knock together, it's fine. Relax the sides of the neck. Give me 3 deep breaths. One more time, big breath in. On this exhale, start to tuck the tailbone under a little. Press your low back into the ground. Pause right there. If you have that band around your knees, go ahead and press your thighs side to side. Right, like in line with your hips, little tension on that band. Now, coming through this flat back every time, I want you to squeeze the back of your legs, lift your hips up, and then crease at the hips, drop your tailbone back down. But squeeze your glutes, press your low back into the floor, and then lift and tap back down. 1 lift and 1 lower. And now a lot of times when I watch people do glute bridges, I see them lift their hips up super high and they get this really crazy arch in their low back. And then they tell me the next day that their low back hurts after their workouts. I want you to get rid of that crazy arch in the low back. Tuck the tailbone under. Think about a flat spine before you lift. Now the thing is, that's gonna make it feel like you can't lift very high, right? The glutes start to squeeze so much that it's like you get stuck. That's what we want. I want you to feel that full squeeze of the glutes. Let that be where you stop and then tap back down. Squeeze and lower. We've got 30 more seconds. Just this easy bridge. Easy lift and lower. Keep that tuck in the tailbone, full flex at the top of every rep. So guys, 10 more seconds. We're gonna stay at the top in 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it at the top on 1. Retuck the tailbone, and then walk your feet in 1 extra inch. You're gonna rise up to the balls of your feet, and then give me just a small lift and lower. Lift and lower. A little pulse up. And we don't get to touch all the way back down. The glutes don't get to relax. They just soften, right? Like flex, relax, flex, relax. Maybe starting to feel a little shake in the back of those legs. Remember, we're going for that, right? We want to try to find that. It's a sign that the muscles are doing their job. Once you feel that, if you need to take a rest, that's okay. Count to 5. Go, jump right back in with us. Oh my gosh. 10 more seconds right here. Just this little pulse up. You got it, you guys. Stay right here with me for 5, 4, 3, 2. Tap your hips all the way down on 1. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Take a little rock from right to left. And then plant your feet back down on the ground. We're gonna go right back to that full range of motion. Lift it all the way up, flex the glutes, tap back down. If you have that band, make sure you're pushing out against it. Just a little stretch on that band. You'll start to feel the outer edges of those glutes engage. If you're still rocking with those dumbbells on your hips, keep going, you're crushing it. Awesome. We have 5 more. 4 more. Heavy in the feet. Feel the full foot push into the ground. Last 2. Hold your next one at the top. Now, just the right knee is going to come in toward your chest. Left hip drops back down. Just the left side, lift it back up. Tap the left hip down. You have 30 seconds. Single leg glute bridge only on the left side. That right leg doesn't get to move. Now, don't try to alternate sides. I want you to keep working on this left leg. Even if it's a tiny lift, as long as you can feel that glute squeeze, you're doing it right. 10 more seconds, all the way down, all the way up. Stay in it. You have 3, 2, hold it at the top on 1. We have little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest all the way down. Gosh, that band adds so much tension. Such a sneaky little thing. All right, lift the hips up one time. Float your left leg off the ground. Right? So left leg doesn't move. The right hip taps down. The right hip lifts back up. Tap it down. Lift it up. 30 seconds. Press your palms into the mat. Melt your shoulders down into the floor. And then squeeze tighter, because I know you can. Halfway through. You got it, you guys. 10 seconds. We're going to take a couple pulses to finish this out on our backs. And then we're coming into tabletop. You have 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up. Pulse it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest it all the way down. Whew. All right. Rocking yourself up. Tabletop position, right where we started. If you have the band, I want you to keep it on your thighs. If you don't, grab your dumbbell and place that dumbbell behind your knee. That's going to be a way to add resistance. So, come back to that sternum drop feeling, right? It's going to feel comfortable to like hunch down around the shoulders up towards your ears. Push into the floor, lift your chest. Lengthen the sides of your neck. And then imagine that I could pull the ceiling down onto your back. I want you to push your low back into the ceiling. So be very mindful that we don't start to drop the belly down. Pull the abs up flat in the back. Just that right leg is gonna lift and lower. Lift and lower. Nice. Now you just felt this right side on your back. We know exactly where that muscle is. We know what it does. I need you to flex it every time. Don't just lift the foot in the air. Lift so that you feel that squeeze and then slowly return back to center. Cruising through. We got about 5 minutes left of glutes and then it's all abs to bring us home. Check back in with the upper body. Can you lift the chest a little bit more? Right? Like finishing out the arm workout from this part. Give me your last 3 reps. Good. Last 2. You're going to hold the next one up, little kicks toward the ceiling, pulse it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We're staying up in 3, stay up in 2, right here, hold it. Stretch the right leg out, curl your heel in toward your seat. Stretch the right leg out, curl your heel in toward your seat. You stay just like this. Imagine your foot is stuck to something that you have to pull against. Dragging that heel back in. And then retuck the abs. Drop that right hip down. Make sure it's in line with the left. You're here. I know the arms are tired. Guys, stay with me. 5 seconds. 4, 3. Keep the leg long in 2. Leg stays long on 1. Last thing. Little pulses up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Sit it back. Drop both hips off to the right. Stretch out that right glute. Okay, this is it. Finishing it up right here, left side. I'm gonna turn and face you just so that you can see that leg. You're gonna take that left heel, drive it straight up toward the ceiling, bring the knee back in. Belly hugs up, low back feels like it's pushing into the ceiling. And then why not work more than one thing at once? Activate the arms, really flex your biceps and your triceps in toward each other. Push your whole hand down into the ground. And then every time you lift that heel, give the abs an extra little hug. Get as many things moving as we can. Got it. Your last couple right here. Lift and squeeze and then tap back down. Awesome. We're coming up for those pulses. 10 seconds. Or 10 pulses in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up. Pulse it up for 10, 9, 8. Hug the abs in. You have 6, 5, 4, 3. We stay up in 2. Stay up in 1. Stretch the leg out. Curl your heel in toward your seat. Stretch the leg out, curl your heel in, you've got this. And watch if that left hip doesn't try to roll open. Keep squaring it off to the ground. Nice and even. Bring that reformer feeling back in, right? Glide out, glide in. Smooth, even, connected. Whew. I am going to be sore tomorrow. You have 3 more of these. 2. Your last one. I want you to hold that left leg out. This is it, your last thing. Pulse it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh yeah. Sit it off to the left side. Stretch that left glute out. And then sit down. Swing your legs all the way around. If you're using that band, go ahead and take it off of your thighs. Here we are at the end, you guys. All you have left is abs. We're going to take it down into a side plank. And I want you to start with your right forearm on the ground. And you're going to take your bottom leg, your left leg in front. It's a little different than I usually cue. Left leg is in front, right leg is in back. No, I said that wrong, sorry. So right arm's on the ground, right leg is in front, left leg is in back. There you go, trying to mirror it again. So you're going to lift up using the right side. Right, like right oblique, right glute, right shoulder, all that side is working. The right leg is in front. And then take your left arm up to the sky, and I just want you to hold. Pull the shoulders away from your ears. Take that top hip, tip it forward just a smidge. Feel that bottom oblique engage a little extra. Even breaths. Starting to feel a little heat build up in that right oblique. I feel it too. We start to pulse the hips up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We're not going to drop after this. You have 5 more. 4, 3, 2. Take that top arm, bring it down to the ground. Take your right arm, make the number 11 with your forearms. Keep dropping and lifting the hips. You're down for 10. For 9, legs are still crossed. 8, that right oblique is angry. You have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the hips. Bend your knees. Reach your right arm up and over to the left. And then swing yourself around so you're facing long ways on your mat. You're gonna roll onto your back, bring your legs up into tabletop. We're gonna keep focusing on that right oblique. Hands are behind your head. You're gonna bring your left elbow to your right knee every time. Keep the legs exactly where they are. So just a bicycle cross in the upper body, but the thighs aren't moving. Bring all of your attention down into those obliques that are hugging your right hip. So we're trying to pull the muscles down in that right hip into the ground. And they're what is helping you cross over. That's what's doing the work here. You've got a couple more. Notice if the legs are responding a lot. Are they trying to push over toward the left? Can you keep the weight in the hips the same? You have 2 more. We're gonna hold this next one up. I want you to stretch the left leg out. Take 10 pulses up to the right for 10, 9, 8, 7. Sink that left hip to the ground. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug the knees in towards your chest. Rock yourself all the way up to a seated position. Swing your legs around, and we take our side plank on the other side. So now I have my left forearm down on the ground. My left leg is in front. My right leg is in back. Lift yourself up, feeling that left oblique work, that left glute, that left shoulder. Stretch the right arm up and hold. Nice, you guys. Last couple times right here, you're gonna lower the hip down, lift it back up for 10, for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're not dropping. You have 2. Hold it on 1. Bring your right elbow to the ground. Reach your left arm forward. Make the number 11. Lower the hips. Lift them back up for 10, for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. You got it. 4 more. Whew. Last 2. And tap it all the way down. Bend your knees over to the right. Reach the left arm up and over. And then swing your legs around. Roll onto your back. Okay, legs are in tabletop again. This time the right elbow's coming up and over toward the left knee. But take just a moment right here and notice if your knees are smushing in toward your chest, right? Like if they're just relaxed and falling in. Push the thighs forward and then push them forward 1 more inch. Like we find what we can do and then go 1 step where it gets uncomfortable. Hands behind your head, right elbow, left knee, curl it over. Come back. Curl it over. Come back. Just kidding. Right elbow, left knee. You got this, you guys. So other side. Both hips stay flat on the ground. Can you lift a little bit more of that left shoulder blade off the ground? Don't just rock onto it. Try to curl away from it. 3 more. Reaching down by those left obliques. 2 more. This last one stays up. Stretch the right leg out. Pulse it to the left for 10, 9, 8, 7. Push that thigh forward. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees in toward your chest. Take a little rock from side to side. Beautiful. Stretch both legs straight up toward the sky. And then again, if the legs start to fall too close toward the chest, anchor the tailbone back down. Feel the hips get heavy on the mat. You're going to take your feet together in a Pilates V. So squeeze your heels together, separate your toes. Lower both legs down 1/3 of the way. Okay. Pull the belly button in toward the low back, almost like you could push it into the floor. And then scoop the legs right back up over your hips. Try that again. Lower the legs down 1/3 of the way. And then belly button to the floor, float the legs back up. We've got 3 more like that. Lowering a little more each time. Finding that limit, right? That spot just before the low back is about to pop up. Making sure we have full control of the abs. On this last one, you're gonna hover or lower your legs down and then hover your head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Cross right ankle over left and switch. And switch, and switch, and switch. Start to speed that up. Give me an extra curl off the ground. You're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs up, head down. You have it one last time. Pilates V with the feet. Hover the legs down 1/3 of the way. Hover the chest up. And then try one more time to bring the legs a few inches closer to the floor. Still in control, abs hugging in, crisscross, ankle over ankle for 10, 9, 8, curl up higher, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees in toward your chest. Take a little rock. Nice work so far, you guys. We are so close to being done. This is our last thing on our backs. You're gonna bring your knees back up into tabletop one last time. Hands behind your head. Cross your right elbow to your left knee. Stretch your legs out like a bicycle. Freeze. Now, I'm sure we all brought that left knee in toward our chest. I want you to push it forward. Curl the upper body a little higher. Switch the legs. Stop the right knee directly over the hip. And switch. And switch. Keep switching. We're right here. This is our last thing on our backs. Last thing for the obliques. You have 10 on each side. 9, 8, 7. Oh, I already feel it. You have 6. Can you curl the head, neck, and shoulders higher? Guys, you've got this. Keep reaching the legs out. 3 more each way. Stay in it. 2 more. Last one to the right, last one to the left. And hug your knees in. Rest it all the way down. Lift yourself all the way back up to a seated position. We're gonna finish this whole thing out with our last round of planks. You're gonna come into your tabletop position. We're going elbow and elbow on the ground. Forearm plank. Give me the number 11 in your arms. Separate your feet, mats with distance. Squeeze your glutes, hug the low belly up. 30 seconds on the clock right here. Now I just want you to focus on the abs. They are all fired up. We can feel them. Hug them in even tighter. And try to recreate that same burning sensation that you just had when you were on your back. 10 seconds, hang with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tap the knees down, shake your arms out. Final push, I promise, this is it. You're gonna grab your thing that glides. I'm gonna fold my mat up just so that I can have a little extra space behind me. And you're gonna take your feet onto that thing that glides. Towel, gliding discs, doesn't matter. Once you're down there, we're gonna come into our forearm plank again. So elbows on the mat and the number 11. Stretch your feet out and hold them. Now, this is harder just by having the glider underneath you. Your body's gonna wanna push backwards. We're trying to stay in the same spot. You can hold the whole 45 seconds just like this, or we're gonna end with our big bang. Our final finish is gonna be to hike or pike the hips up and then flatten the body back out. Now this is it. You've got 45 seconds on the clock, holding that plank or piking the hips, and then you are absolutely finished. I want you to give me everything you've got right here. Use those abs one last time. We're under 30 seconds, you guys. Come back to that reformer feeling. Slide it in, nice and smooth. Slide it back out. Whew, 15 seconds. Oh, stay with me. We'll finish it together. One more good rep if you're taking a pike all the way up. All the way back down. Tap your knees to the floor, sit it back. You guys did it. Give yourself a round of applause. I don't think we should do any workout without finishing with a nice stretch. You deserve it, your body deserves it. So stick with me. We've got about 2 minutes, 3 minutes of stretching, and then you're really home free. We're gonna sit it all the way down. Bring the bottoms of your feet together. Grab your ankles, lift your chest. I don't want you to fold just yet. I want you to use your hands wrapped around your ankles as a little bit of a support. So you're not feeling like you're doing a lot of work. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. Just start to relax the body. Let it realize that you're not working anymore, that you're not doing that tough stuff. That's done. We're just here to soften. Lift your chest up a little bit more on this final breath in, and then bow forward over your legs, reaching your hands out in front of your feet. Awesome job, you guys. I can't wait to hear if your glutes are sore tomorrow, like I know mine are gonna be. Stay with me, a couple deep breaths. It's tough stuff working out at home, I know. There's so many things you can get distracted by. So give yourself a pat on the back, a round of applause just for turning on the video and watching. Even if you got distracted at some points, every little bit adds up. Lift your chest and chin all the way back up. Pull your knees toward the ceiling. Cross one ankle over top of the other. I'm gonna go right on top of left. And then push into your hands, lift your chest up away from the ground. Right, so if we're hunched forward and kind of slumping down, it's not gonna feel the same as if the chest is really tall. Even breaths. If you made it all the way to this video, like to the end of this video and you're stretching, I want you to comment the favorite thing that you've cooked in this time at home. It can be dessert, it can be appetizer, full meal. Favorite thing that you made so far. Mine was strawberry Pop-Tarts that I made yesterday. You're gonna stretch one leg out long and bend that right knee in toward your inner thigh. Just stretch out toward the long leg. Take a nice hamstring stretch. Yeah, I mean, homemade strawberry Pop-Tarts, and if anyone wants the recipe, I'll send it to you. You guys lift your chest and chin back up. We'll take that same glute stretch on the other side. Left ankle to your right knee. Push into your hands, lift your chest. One last big breath here. Just feeling that stretch on the outside of that hip. And then stretch that bottom leg out and fold over toward the long leg. You guys, lift the chest and chin all the way back up. I want you to give me one more big breath here. A big, big inhale. Be proud of yourself. Reach your chest up tall. And a full smile as you exhale, arms come down. Give yourselves another round of applause.